Tic Talk, Tic Talk, Tic Talk, Talk.
A real Celtic talk show by real Celtic fans from the Carluke Shamrock Supporters Club on Hail Hail Media.
Tic Talk, Tic Talk, Tic Talk, 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 Talk.
Hail Hail and welcome to Tic Talk with the Carluke Shamrock Celtic Supporters Club. This podcast was recorded on Saturday the 25th of August 2012 on the day that Celtic defeated Inverness Caledonian Thistle by 4-2. And today we have a nice wee short podcast for you. Some of the shambolic boys headed out in a car up to the far-flung lands of Inverness, and our Intrepid Reporter BJMac was on hand and grabbed some short interviews with the guys before and after the match. So, enjoy the short podcast. Over to you, BJMac.
Tick tock, tick tock, tick tock, 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 tock.
BJMac here on Tic Talk on the road, on our way to Inverness this morning to face Caledonian Hackers, as I heard them called on Twitter earlier on. And we've got Johnny Mackay driving, Kevin with us, and Des Slavin as well. So Des is making a guest appearance today. Johnny, what's your thoughts on today's game?
Well, I'm looking forward to it. I'm not looking forward to the drive home because how many beers is that you've had, Kevin?
This is my seventh.
Oh my God!
Man.
So
Second.
I'm looking forward to the game. I'm looking forward to see what the team's going to be, because the amount of injuries that we seem to be picking up is getting a bit concerning with the game coming up on Tuesday as well.
Aye.
So
Des was mentioning some of the players that were injured. Des, who's in the injury list?
Well, Ledley's definitely out, Keal's definitely out, so Stokes had tweeted last night that he wasn't going to make it. I think we've also got another couple of players struggling, namely Commons, and I think we really need to keep the kind of players for. Is
Wanyama struggling as well?
No, I think Wanyama's back. And obviously he'll be ready for Wednesday, hopefully.
Well, I think that's what we need to keep in mind is obviously Wednesday. We were discussing that last week about Wednesday's game, because we still need to get through that.
And the reality of the situation is that's the game that's most important to us. If we got up here today and we don't get a victory or we don't take anything from the game, in the larger scheme of things, it doesn't really matter. It's about getting through Wednesday night and then getting in the Champions League.
See, I'm a bit old school in that I think you should take every game as it comes, and that you've got to win every game as a Celtic player or whatever, you know. But obviously the bigger picture is Europe.
No, I agree with that
the money,
well.
But
I think
with the squad being thin in the ground, with all the injuries we do have, and squad rotation you're going to be bringing our blood and young guys, and that's probably a good thing as well, you know.
I don't think it is thin in the ground. I think we've got lots of good young players that, when our more established, more regular first team stars aren't available, we should be entirely comfortable bringing these guys into the team. So Dvorak coming in the midfield, give the guy a game. I agree with you. You always need to win games as a Celtic player.
Set out to win them.
However, if you've got something in the horizon that's a big, and Champions League is a massive prize for us, not only the money but the prestige of being there, I just feel...
And the trips away.
I just feel...
You've got to
very important, Des, very important.
Trips away, I'm only going to 3.
You're alright, Johnny.
We've seen you driving this journey.
I like to take my time.
Fucking take your time, it would be quicker cycling.
You look at it and you think, so I would be quite happy to see some of the young players.
I'm quite happy to see the young players get a chance. That's what it's all about, and that's why you invest in the academy and such things.
Definitely.
But Inverness is a hard place to come and get a result.
And
I would agree with that.
You do need to get more experienced players as well, you know, to get a fine balance.
Do you think it's been proven with some of the past seasons where we've tried to change too many
players
in the one game that it causes a problem? And I think I'm with you, Des, that there's a real danger of us doing that. But also it's the Champions League at this stage of the season is more important to us than a week game if you had to prioritise. But it's Celtic.
It's one game at a time. I'm always feeling that. You take one game.
So the 40s were at a game last week, and we didn't want to come away from Ross County with a defeat. So we were quite happy, and we felt that probably, my feeling was we got a wee bit more out of the game than we deserved. But going into the game, you want to win it. You want to win every single game.
Of course you do.
But by the same token, you've just got to temper it against the other things we've got in the back burner.
I think with the injuries, between now and Wednesday, we've got a good recuperation time. No, I mean, they've got time to get over wee niggly injuries.
Aye.
So, I'm no one for putting young kids in up here, to tell you the truth.
Aye.
Because
put the strongest team out possible.
Aye, definitely. And I don't think he will. I think he'll go with experience.
He'll put out the strongest team.
Definitely, because if there's been niggly injuries, you've got, it's a Saturday, and Wednesday, you've got 3 or 4 days to recover.
It's just it's a danger that you exacerbate one of those. Kevin?
So that was my point. Do you think if MD's 50-50, do you think he's going to take a risk on them? I listened to his interview yesterday, and what I took out of that was...
I didn't hear him. What did he say?
Well, he kind of said that there's a few players on the borderline, but...
Commons namingly, I think.
But in his mind...
I think I should take a risk in overtaking this cloud in front of us.
Like, there's 18 cars and they've got 50 yards. No.
I'll take it back about the bike.
So he said yesterday, effectively, a few players on the borderline who, at a push, could possibly play, but he might hold them back for Tuesday night. And I don't disagree with that, and I agree with you, Johnny. That whole kind of going up here, it's always difficult, it's always very physical, not a place for young, inexperienced players to be playing.
Imagine Kevin and Jason Higgins in the same podcast. Imagine that, Des.
He talks big.
So, we'll go to predictions. Des, what's your thoughts?
2-1 Celtic.
Kevin?
So 2-1 would have been my shout, so I will go for a 1-0 single goal victory.
Johnny?
Kevin taking the words right out my mouth. I think we'll score, and I think it might be late on again. 1-0 victory for the Celts.
1-0. I'm going to be controversial and go with a 1-1 draw. But we'll see who is correct on the way back down the road. And I'll speak to you soon.
Hail, hail.
Hail, hail.
Hail, hail, hail.
Tic Talk, Tic Talk, Tic Talk, 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 Talk.
BJMac here in the car on the way back from the game after a very convincing 4-2 victory over Inverness Cowett, with Wanyama scoring, Mulgrew scoring, and Tony Watt, who I thought was outstanding, getting 2. Johnny, your thoughts on the performance and the team that were out today?
I was a wee bit surprised with the team. I didn't expect as many changes. I thought he maybe take a couple of chances with the players that were injured, but I was delighted with the performance. 2 cracking goals. It's good goals you'll see all season.
Which ones?
The second one, when Yama wins the ball, plays it through to the young boy, a great ball through to Watt, who come in for the wide position. The second goal, and the third goal was a well-worked free kick off the training ground, I would say.
Aye.
Disappointing they lost the 2 goals. I like the clean sheets, but I'm not going to complain with that. Great result.
I'd made a number of changes. Who stood out for you today then?
Victor Wanyama in the first half, but for me, overall performance got to be Tony Watt.
Aye.
Definitely outstanding.
His movement was excellent, wasn't it?
Movement off the ball, looking for the ball. One thing I noticed, their defender was always looking to see where Tony was, which to me is always a good.
Aye, he's worried.
He was worried, alright, aye. Tony Watt for me, man of the match, no problem there.
Aye, showed good pace, good composure and great movement throughout the game. Des?
I'd have to agree there with Johnny's sentiments about the team selection, but getting a goal after 3 minutes settles you down. And then from there was never any doubt.
Aye.
Well impressed with young Twardzik in the centre of midfield. Thought he looked very composed, natural in that position. and Tony Watt certainly up front stole it for me, getting the 2 goals, and then unlucky with another couple of chances.
Played well. And what about you, Kevin?
I thought it was probably the most comfortable I can ever remember Celtic being at Inverness, and it was quite nice. I took 4-2 before it. I don't think it did, to be honest.
No,
it's alright, Kevin. Cambridge is just down the road. We'll get you carry out shortly.
Kevin.
Aye, no, it was a good performance. And to be honest, the radio's and it was 4-2 the game, blah blah blah. But to be honest, there's 4-0 up, you know what I mean, with 7 or 8 minutes to go. You can understand sometimes that you lose a couple of goals, but it was never in any danger.
No.
For the first goal went in, I don't think they crossed the halfway line until they scored with 6 or 7 minutes to go.
It was quite interesting because that's a really tough place for us to go. We were talking about it in the car on the way up, and I don't think we've ever won with any more than 2 goals up there. And someone I was just reading tweeted it's the first time we've scored 4 goals or more up there.
It is always a hard place to go. It's always usually a 1-0 or a 2-1 or
a single goal.
A single goal. It's always tight.
Our predictions before, well, you 3 predicted a win, I predicted a draw. What a numpty.
We know what you know about football anyway, so we're going to criticise you for that.
When you score 3 minutes into the first half, you're 2 up, and then second half you score 3 minutes into it, it's game over.
I'll tell you one thing you got right, Bob Brian. You named them well. On the way up, what was it you called them? The hackers?
Aye.
Because some of the tackles were absolutely pathetic.
I've got to say, what about the referee? Celtic I think it was Hooper took out the game in the first half, and he played the advantage when Celtic had 1 man in the ball. Hooper was down, who was the next furthest forward, and there was like 4 defenders. And then in the second half, there was one where Inverness had like 3 men to win the ball, and they gave it. They gave the free kick. It's just so inconsistent. I've got to say, I detest him.
Colin is he's just a poor referee.
He's hopeless.
It was the Caledonian Hackers. It was
Caledonian Hackers. Well, they lived up to their name anyway.
I heard he's a hopeless Eucharistic minister as well.
Oh, come on, that's a bit poor. Anyway, what's our next game? Our next game's Wednesday night against Helsingborgs. All confident in making any Champions League group stages.
Confident, yes. Confident, not overconfident.
Not overconfident either. And I thought I heard the theme tune of the Ramsden's Cup there earlier, but it was just the ice cream van.
Oh, yeah, part of it. You've been tweeting that all.
I can just edit you boys.
Come on, the big Rangers Zamora beat Sevco.
Anyway, that's us for today. On our way back from Inverness, Kevin's desperate for getting his beers in. We'll be stopping soon for a carry out. Des, Johnny and Brian are all behaving themselves.
As always.
Hail, hail.
Hail, hail.
Tick tock, tick tock, tick tock, 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 tock.
The thing I want to see the most is the Glasgow Celtic score. I've been to Munich, been to Paris and Berlin. I watched injustice fall upon you in Turin, and I've shared the pain and glory with the friends that I have made as I dance from place to place in green and white on a worldwide tin parade.